called What Ongoing Market Guidance Can Do for You. Joining me at the end of the session will be Paul Siegel to give you more details about an exciting resource we have, as well as to answer your questions. But before we begin, as we always do, we always post our risk disclosure. And the main point of this is to remind you that no matter what you trade, there's always a risk of loss in trading and investing. And if you want to see the full disclosure, go to the link on the bottom of the slide. Now, whether you're new to candle charts or a seasoned professional, okay, I just want to remind you the benefits of candles before we go into the main body of this short session. Okay, the candles have really become the go-to source for charting since I revealed them back in the 1980s, because they being the candles, are very often the first signals on a chart, if you know how to use them correctly, to give you an early reversal, to know when to jump on a new trend, or just as importantly, when to exit a particular trade or investment. Safety first trading, knowing what not to do by understanding how to use the candles correctly. You could read the charts and saying, okay, it may look good on the outside, but based on what the candle signals are showing me, especially in combination with some Western signals, maybe I shouldn't put a trade on. One of the major components and major reasons the candles are so popular is since it uses the same data as the old type of bar chart, old as far as we in the West are concerned, because candle charts have essentially replaced bar charts, as they did in Japan in the early 1900s. But you could use any of your favorite Western signals, as I do, and add them to the candle signals to get what I call your 1-2 punch for trading and investing success. And the candlesticks work in any market and time frame. And attesting to that is we have students in over 85 countries, including India, Australia, Africa, on every continent, we have students. So, and the reason for that is because the candles are universally applicable. Now, the focus of the seminar, as shown in the title slide, Ongoing Market Guidance. How can you get ongoing market guidance? Well, we do that in our resource on our website called mycandlecharts.com. And I'll be going over some specific features of it, some exciting features. And the goal ideally in this session is to show you how easy and quick it is to get daily guidance and education with both live and recorded sessions to help you reach the highest levels of trading, and I should have added investing, success, and confidence. And to show you what the resource looks like, mycandlecharts.com, here's the home page. Okay, this is a screenshot. And we'll be going over some of these features to show you real world uses of how you can apply these each day for your trading. And keep in mind that no matter what you trade, options, Forex, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter, intraday, daily, weekly, this is universally applicable. We use all markets in all time frames. In fact, we have an options outlook. Paul will discuss that a little bit more each week. But let me give you some idea of the immediate features of mycandlecharts.com, and we'll answer your questions later. So, but before I do that, let me give you your stellar resources for your tutors and mentors on mycandlecharts.com. First is me. It was taken many years ago before gray hair. Sil, many of you have worked with Sil. He's a NISN certified trainer, and he is the guru for our support for our technical software, NISN Candle Scanner software. And Brian Houston, he is also a stellar NISN certified trainer. So let's give you an example of what these are about. And then we're going to mention some exciting things about special topics and so forth on the right side of the slide. So first, we'll be looking at what a daily market recap is. And essentially the daily market recap is each day we go through the key markets, S&P, NASDAQ, Bitcoin, the key Forex markets, gold, crude, and so forth. And the reason this is so important for you, even if you don't trade these markets that we pick up affect individual markets. So it's very important to keep an eye on how we view these markets. We give you support and resistance, potential turning signals, and so forth. Okay, next, we'll look at a trade setup of the day. Each day, we give you a trade setup that we like, and I'll show you an example of one that we did recently to show how this works. Now, also keep in mind, we do this live during the day, but we record all these sessions. The vast majority of our students at mycalendacharts.com watch these as a recording because most of us are busy during the day. And as we can see, the logo of mycalendacharts.com is never trade alone. And that's really the goal of mycalendacharts.com. So let's look at how a trade setup of the day would work if you watch a video. So on the left side here is a potential trade setup I did. Now this is a screenshot, so you're not going to be able to replay a recording. I just took a picture of what the trade setup of the day looks like. But the reason I wanted to show you the little recording information down here is because by 8 o'clock New York time, you'll be able to see this. The idea is so you could have a potential trade setup for the next day. You hit the play button, and you could see you can listen to the recording visually and orally. So here is one we did in the Euro, US, and we do trade setups for Forex, for options. Now keep in mind, when we do a trade setup for options, we don't go into the nuances of implied volatility, time value, and all that. We do it in terms of potential turning signals, trend reversals, which is probably one of the most important aspects you need to know about an option trade, because as important as implied volatility is, the most important part of an option trade is knowing the trend. So here, for example, we highlighted, in this particular one I did, because we all are involved, we, meaning me, Sil, and Brian, and this is when I did the trade setup. And one of the nice things about Forex, for those who trade Forex, is it's just as easy to go short as it is to go long. So in this particular trade setup on the left side here, we're talking about that the market was at a resistance area. You see these lines here, all right? The long-term trend is down. I will look at a 20-day and a 50-day moving average. Is a 50-day moving average and a 20-day. And if the 20-day is under the 50-day, to me, the long-term trend is down. So although the market has rallied over the past week or so, a few weeks here, again, this was as of a couple of weeks ago, the long-term trend was down. So I am fine taking a bearish signal, long upper shadow, not quite a shooting star, because lower shadow is long, but an upper shadow showing supply is coming at resistance. And one of the things we look for is potentially lower risk trade. So we have a very clean resistance area. So the strategy was on the next session to think about selling anywhere near the highs of this session, keep a protective stop. I wanted to give it a little bit of a cushion on the short, 119.40, and my downside target was the lowest here. Okay. With first support, see this line here, this is change of polarity, old resistance becoming support. So I had a liberal target here and a conservative target over here and a stop over here. So a good risk reward. We always try to do at least a 1 to 2 risk reward. For every dollar you risk, we look to make potentially $2 or more. So here is the action through today. Okay, this was the potential trade setup given a few weeks ago. So if you did this, you would have done it on this session, which did wind up being a bearish engulfing pattern. So if you did it on this session, it would be in this area here. We'd still have a stop at 119.40. And the potential target, remember the change of polarity, right over here, all the resistance. So we met that within a few sessions over here, but we still are on our way to our liberal target, which is down here. So essentially, for every trade of the day, we'll give you the reasons for the trade. And even if you don't want to do the trade, it's a great educational resource to see how we view the market. So we give you the reason for the trade, we give a protective stop, and we give a target. Okay, so this is an example of a trade of the day. We do that each day. We also do a chart of the day, and this is a great educational resource. I mean, the trade setup of the day is also could be viewed as an educational resource because you can kind of read our mind. It's like us sitting at the desk next to trading desk next to you, going over why we recommend a trade. The chart of the day is a specific chart where we go over, again, pure education. So here's an example. And in this chart of the day, once again, you could join us live when we do it, or most of you will listen to this or watch this as a video. So now we always talk about the importance of resistance, but what we try to do with the chart of the day, and the reason being a member or a student of mycandlecharts.com is whether you're a novice or a seasoned professional, you're going to pick up nuances with candlesticks you can't get anywhere else, because we are the source of candlestick education. Okay, all the candlestick information was revealed initially by me and refined by years of real-world experience. So here, yes, the market's at resistance, shown at the red arrow, but look at this candle line. Okay, the green candle line. Did we get a bearish candlestick signal here? No, it closed strong. So although the market's at resistance, maybe use this to lighten up on a long, but to go short, no. Why? Because we are not getting a clue with the candles that the market is weak near resistance area. And what that does is increase the likelihood of the market breaking resistance. There's another reason for resistance. So plenty of resistance, but no bearish confirmation with the candles, and this is what happened after. So I'm doing this verbally now, but again, what I'm saying now, and whoever does the chart of the day, me, Syl, or Brian, you're going to have this as a video. And what's great is you have this as a resource to watch time and time again. So maybe 2 months from now, 3 months from now, you want to go through the charts of the day again to refresh your memory. You have the ability to do that. Now, speaking of 1 month or 3 months or 5 months from now, we do have memberships based on time, monthly, lifetime, yearly, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So this is a nice example of the chart of the day. And another one, let's look at Bitcoin. So here's what I would say on a chart of the day. We talked about the importance of a candle signal confirming a Western signal. Here we have a bullish engulfing pattern. Is it confirming a support area? Indeed. Okay, what is this? Okay, this is a hammer, right? And what I might say on the chart of the day is put the player on pause and think about what the answer is going to be. So you'll think about it, and then you'll hear me saying, this is a hammer. So we have a hammer as a potential support, bullish engulfing pattern. If I was going to do a trade, now the chart of the day, we don't give trade suggestions like we do trade of the day, but if you were going to do a trade, you'd have a stop under the low of the hammer, and everybody's price target is different. I would be looking at the major resistance here as a potential target. Yes, you might have a little resistance over here, but this would be my target over here. But the point of this chart of the day, as far as education, is we have a candle signal confirming a support area, in this case, a hammer. But even if a candle signal doesn't confirm another candle signal, see the bullish engulfing pattern confirming a candle signal, this is a hammer. Is it confirming another candle signal here? No, there's not a hammer. But is it confirming a very obvious support area? And the answer is yes. So the chart of the day, in this example, the takeaway would be it's important to be a little bit more aggressive on a potential trade to have a candlestick signal confirming a support area or a resistance area. Now, I like looking at prior lows or highs as support or resistance. You may be looking at moving averages, but whatever your favorite Western tool is, add candles to them to get increased probability of the trade working out. Okay, next we'll be looking at a chart challenge, one of our most popular parts of mycalendcharts.com. And again, this is something we do each day. You can see how much education you're going to get every single day for you to refer to time and time again. So let's go to the chart challenge. And this is a classic chart challenge. This happens to be the Nifty, the Indian market. And once again, remind you, we look at all markets at all time frames because candles, and we also include Western technicals, are applicable to everything you're going to be learning at mycalendcharts.com. Okay, so chart challenge, what I would say is on this session, what becomes potential support and why? So on this session here, okay, what would become potential support and why? So I tell you to put the player on pause, you think about it for a while, and then hopefully you'll remember from our education and our trades, because I use this time and time again, it's one of my favorite strategies, is old resistance, multi-tested resistance should become support, what I call change of polarity. So based on that, okay, let's give you a little hint, what becomes potential support and why? And you don't have to answer, you can think about it. But the answer is this old resistance area, resistance, 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 resistance. As long as resistance is tested twice, once it's broken on a close, the change of polarity, old resistance becomes support, and look what happened here on the Nifty. This happens to be a weekly chart. Again, different time frames. We use intraday, we use daily, we use weekly. So now you know about the change of polarity and reinforcing your knowledge by taking this chart challenge. Let's look at another one. Okay, in the S&P, another weekly chart. Okay, why was the 4,000 area over here potential support based on the action in late April? Here's late April. Anybody see anything? Okay, one of my favorite candlestick signals. Drum roll, please. Okay, late April, rising window, a gap, what we in the West call a gap, a rising window. This rising window becomes a potential support area. So the answer to this would be the rising window. Second part of this chart challenge would be, what about the shape of these candle lines confirmed in this area demand? Okay, this is not a hammer because a hammer has to come after a downtrend, nor is this. But what about what's going on here with the shadows? Remember, long lower shadow shows us the market sells off, and although it didn't close at the highs, it rallied to close up here. Interestingly, the same area, market sold off, the bears lost control, and the market rallied toward the end. So this is showing right around 40.50, right near that key support area at 4,000, where demand is coming in. So nice example, and again, another example of what you would get on the chart challenge. Strategy session. Twice a week, we give you the ability to ask us our outlook, support, resistance, what to look for on any market of your choice. And so it's called the strategy session. I don't have a sample here because it's actually a very specific request. And so you could ask us for markets that you want us to look at, Apple, it doesn't matter, IBM, whatever it is you're interested in. We have a lot of students who will look at markets that maybe only they're interested in, a little kind of a esoteric market, but it doesn't matter because how we analyze their market, which is important to them as far as their trading is concerned, but it's important to you also because everything we do, you can apply in your market. So as we analyze a market, you may not trade Apple or Google, because it's too expensive, even maybe if you're doing option trading. but you could use the strategies that we talk about in these strategy sessions, what we're looking for, and apply them to your own markets. So this is just a broad overview. We do an international recap. We do Forex Focus. Wednesday, Brian, who's a true option expert, will do an option outlook. So there's so many features that you can apply time and time again to your markets. And in a minute, I'm going to show you something really cool about the special topics. But I wanted to kind of go over some of the great feedback we get about mycandlecharts.com. Barry said, before I joined mycandlecharts.com, I'd make gains in the market and losing back. Sound familiar? My trading has become more consistent with more winning trades and few losing trades over the past few months. It's great getting the feedback, because that's our goal. Art says, teaching me the correct use, and this is really important, use and method of interpreting candlestick patterns is something I have not found anywhere else. And the reason I wanted to show you Art's great testimonial is because it's really easy to get information about candles on the web. The trick is making sure you get the correct information. There's a lot of bad information out there. And remember, you're putting your money on the line when you're doing a trade. And if you're looking at a chart, and they're all candle charts, no matter pretty much whatever charting service you use or whatever broker service you use, they all have candlestick charts, which is amazing because there's not one candlestick chart before my book came out in 1990. You want to make sure you're using them correctly, you're interpreting them correctly, and that's what we are here for. That's what mycandlecharts.com is specifically designed for, to make sure you get ongoing daily education and advice, and it's done correctly. So these are the options you have, and Paul will be going over more details in a minute or two. We have a monthly subscription. You're going to access to most features. You're going to get our most recent special topic training. This is normally a $79 or $99 for 30, 45-minute session. We're going to do one on Bitcoin and cryptos. And if you get a monthly subscription, you will automatically get that. You don't have a long-term commitment, and you can cancel anytime. You really get into the true benefits with the 12-month subscription and a lifetime. I'm just going to go through it quickly because Paul will give you the details. One of the major features, besides special pricing, is you're going to get all our special topic training sessions. I'll show you what those are. $1,200, actually it's more like a $1,600 value with these special topic sessions. And you're going to save over $1,100 rather than paying each month. You do annual, and you're going to be saving this much. And you'll also get access to Options Bootcamp. And this is pretty new, a lifetime subscription. And essentially, we do that to give you a special pricing. You get lifetime, and that's for less than 8 months of a monthly membership. And we also have the ability to add our Kaizen program at a reduced rate. Again, Paul will mention that in a couple of minutes. And remember this, use a secret code ACHIEVE to get 10% off of lifetime. So before I turn it over to Paul, let me tell you about the special topics, because this is really, really important. For the annual lifetime only, okay, you're going to have access to all our special topics, which is worth over $1,600. Now remember, let me go back here. If you do the monthly, you will get our most recent special topic training at no cost. But when you go to annual or lifetime, you get them all. And you'll see here the special topics on the right side of the member site page. You'll click on here, and these are all the special topics you have access on for either a year, if you do annual, or for lifetime. And every time, obviously, we do a new one, like we're doing a new one on Bitcoin, it will be added to the full list of special topics. A really exciting bonus in addition to everything else you're going to be getting with mycandlecharts.com. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Paul to give you more specific details about the memberships and the features and the benefits of mycandlecharts.com, and to answer any of your questions. So over to you, Paul.
Thank you, Steve. Always great to watch you look at charts and just take a look at how your mind works by looking at those charts. So for everybody else in the room, and for those of you watching this via recording, I want to go over a couple of questions that I got during this session. So if you're watching this via recording and you have a question, you could always email me, paul@candlecharts.com, or you could always do a live chat with any of our chat agents. Please note, every chat agent that we hire here are actual traders. They like trading. They like chatting with people about trading. So we're here to help. Everything Steve mentioned is part of our membership site at mycandlecharts.com. And what we have here on the screen now is the monthly plan, the annual plan, and the lifetime plan. Anybody can sign up for any of these three. Some people like starting out just by putting their foot in the water with the monthly plan. You can certainly do that. If you know that trading and or investing is something that you want to do and something that you want to do well, you would go with either the annual or the lifetime plan. The annual and the lifetime plan both will provide you with access to the exact same information. They both come with access to that 3-session options bootcamp program. Why did we do that? It's because we had so many people asking for, I want to trade options, I just don't understand them, or they're too difficult, or I just don't understand why I would want to trade options. Well, our 3-part series on Options Bootcamp is designed for you. That comes with both the annual and the lifetime plan. We also provide you with that full list of special topics. That, again, is available to both annual and lifetime. So let me just go over this now that we have this on the screen. A few of my favorite of these special topic sessions. Now, this is our full list, meaning if you're an annual or a lifetime member, you would have access to all of these. Some of the ones that you really need to pay attention to. Now, obviously, they're all important. They're all valuable. They're all about 1 hour, roughly an hour each. But if you look through that list, you have an intraday secret session done by Steve. You have a multiple time frame session done by Sil. That is where Sil talks about how do you utilize more than one time frame to get multiple clues in the markets. Right above that multiple time frame, we have exit strategies done by Sil. Reason why do I bring this up? So many people tell me they have no problem entering a trade. They have technical reasons. They usually tell me, hey, I saw a bullish engulfing pattern. I saw it was above a moving average. And then I ask them, why did they exit? And usually the exit strategy is an emotional one. Either I lost too much money, or hey, I was up $100, so I decided to take an exit. Exit strategies will actually provide you with real technical reasons to get out of a trade. One of my other favorites, East and West, a session Steve did where Steve goes over how to combine candles with other Western technical indicators and many others. You can see here that we have for option traders, we have option strategies like credit spreads, debit spreads, calendar spreads, and even a session specifically on trading intraday options. We have a session done by Brian on support and resistance, an incredibly valuable session. So let me just tell you, there are, I believe, 20 special topic sessions listed there. Each one of them sells for either $79 or $99 each. You can do the math. That's over $1,600 worth of value right there, which more than pays for a lifetime membership. Now, let me go back to all of the other things that a membership offers. Trade setup of the day. We offer that every day, Monday through Friday. So if you get one idea, just one idea a month out of roughly the 20 trade setup ideas you'll get per month, if you take one of those, it could pay for a annual or a lifetime membership. That by itself, strategy sessions that we do every Monday and Thursday, where you can have a market analyzed by one of our 3 incredible mentors. So for example, on Monday, if you wanted a stock or an ETF or crude or Bitcoin or any other Forex pair, for example, analyzed by Steve, Steve will analyze it typically on Mondays. We also offer that same strategy session every Thursday. Now, why is that important? Confidence. Can I just say that word one more time? The word is confidence. When I first started working for Steve, roughly 14 years ago, I would ask him questions about charts all the time. And it's not that I lacked confidence. I had some, but I didn't realize I needed more. I needed to have more reasons to be able to enter and exit trades. That's what mentorship is. That's what ongoing guidance is. So for those of you who want to do well in the market, for those of you who don't just want to make one good trade, but you want to make consistently good trades, I talk to people every day, whether it's via email or phone calls or webinars like this, where people will say, hey, I want to get ready for my retirement, or hey, I want to put my child or grandchild through college, or hey, I want to buy that vacation home, or I want to take a vacation and not have to worry about it. Trading and investing is one incredible way to do that. Well, if you have the great confidence because you have the valuable education and understand how to apply that, that's really what My Candle Charts is all about. We are here to provide guidance and mentorship through daily ongoing guidance through a variety of sessions. Remember what Steve said before, we have students in 85 different countries. That's why we record everything, we post them up. So I know I'm getting a whole lot of questions. Does it work in India? Absolutely. I talk to people in India all the time. We have students from India. That's why Steve did a quick chart there on the Nifty as one example. We do get requests about Bitcoin and Ethereum and the Eurodollar all the time, as well as things like Apple and IBM and ETFs and the NASDAQ and the FTSE and the DAX. We can go on and on and on. But if you're looking for ongoing guidance from a professional team, not too long ago, I sat down, I did the math. How many years of trading experience do we have between Steve, Sil, and Brian? And I don't want to say how old anybody is, but we're closing in on 100 years of trading experience between the three of them. Okay, so they've been it, they've done it, and now they're helping everybody around the globe. So I can highly encourage you to take advantage of a membership. If you go to candlecharts.com/lifetime, remember you can sign up for the monthly plan, the annual plan, or the lifetime plan. That code ACHIEVE is good for a 10% discount on the lifetime plan only, meaning our monthly plan and our annual plan, those prices are set. You would be automatically renewed. So on the monthly plan, you would be on a monthly recurring billing. On a 12-month plan, you would be on a 12-month recurring plan, but you would be grandfathered in at that pricing. So when we do raise prices on the membership, you would not be paying that extra annual cost each year. You would be grandfathered in at the cost it is today. But if you go with lifetime, obviously when you go to the page, you'll be able to see that the lifetime plan with the additional 10% off code, even without that 10% code, it's still an incredible value. But that extra 10% code is only good until Friday. Okay, today is Tuesday, so you have a few days to make up your mind if the lifetime plan is something that you are looking to do. Are you looking to get value in your trading and investing through all of these different types of sessions? And we didn't even get into all of the incredible valuable sessions that we offer. Things like the casual trader. We offer that via video every Sunday. That's for people that just can't watch the markets all the time. They want to have the ability to trade, whether they have a full-time job or they're in school or anything else. We put a casual trader up on Sunday to prepare people for the upcoming week. We do all types of sessions, including things like fireside chats, where we get people to interact with our team and ask questions. We have a forum so you can ask questions post charts, and we're really here to make sure that you are successful. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. We've already provided you with a great overview, but if you want more information about all of the different sessions and all of the different valuable items that we offer, go to candlecharts.com/lifetime. You'll see the ability to sign up for a monthly, an annual, or a lifetime plan. Again, that code ACHIEVE is only good until Friday, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have at this point. Somebody just asked, does this work in India? There you go. I get that question multiple times a day. Absolutely, it works in India. We have people at the strategy sessions requesting Indian markets. We do have a weekly session where we do international markets, and the Nifty is always included. So we always include things like that, and it may or may not also be part of chart of the day, trade setup of the day, chart challenges, you name it. It could certainly be included. And that's not just for India. We have students in Australia and, like we said, 85 different countries. Okay. Question, can I use the code ACHIEVE on? No, the code ACHIEVE is good only for the lifetime plan to provide you with an extra 10% discount. We do offer, we just got a question from somebody, does the webinar have candle explanation? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking there. But when somebody signs up for membership, we have plenty of introductory candle education inside of the site. So you can sign up for an annual or even a monthly, an annual or a lifetime plan. And we do provide you with explanations of what the different candle patterns are. We have a candle glossary, and we go into a lot of detail with a new to charts video to make sure that you have the framework, the essential information that you need to take advantage of all of the information on the site. Someone just asked, how much time do I need to spend on this per day? Well, there's not one right answer to that. I can tell you that the average member of my candle charts will take time in the morning to watch the recorded video of the chart of the day, trade setup of the day, and then whether they can attend live or watch the recording of the daily market recap, and then the actual live session that we do after the recap, which includes either the strategy session, the Forex session, the option session, or on Fridays we do a weekly recap for a little bit longer term view. So it could take as long as you want. You can also watch those special topics. Like I said, we have roughly 20 of those, each of them about an hour. Some people will watch one a week. Some people like to binge watch them like on a Netflix show. So that would be completely up to you as to how you want to take advantage of the site. But I do recommend highly you take advantage of it on a regular basis, whatever regular means to you. Some people look at it every day. Some people look at it every other day. Some people look at it only on the weekends. It's really, I'll put it to this way. You will get out of it what you put into it. If trading and investing was easy, everybody would be filthy rich trading and investing. It's not easy, but with a team of professional mentors like we have with Steve, Brian, and Sil, as well as all of the other members that ask questions, and you can learn from their questions as well, the benefits are tremendous. And there's a reason why a lot of our students stick around for years and years and years and have been with Steve even longer than I have. So Steve has been in business for decades. There's a reason for that. Just keep that in mind, okay? Any other questions at this point? I can take one or two more questions, and then we're going to end this. But again, the link there, candlecharts.com/lifetime. I encourage you to go there. There's another video on that page showing you information. And if you scroll down on that page, you'll see all of the different resources that come with being a member. Think about the great feeling you'll have thinking about entering or exiting a trade and being able to ask one of our professional mentors to analyze it for you on Mondays and Thursdays in strategy sessions, as well as looking at everything else that we have to offer. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time here in this session, whether you're watching it live or recording, and we look forward to seeing you as a new member over at mycandlecharts.com. Steve, thank you so much for your time, and thank you, students, for your attention. Have a great rest of your day.